Good morning, friends, parents, colleagues. Thank you so much for being here this morning. We are pleased to welcome you to this breakfast conversation on child upbringing and developmental disorders.
We are so delighted to have this very important conversation today. The increasing number of children with developmental challenges is not just a medical statistic. It is a story of parents who grieve the dreams they once imagined for their child, while finding the strength to build new dreams from love and hope.
Children's development is a profound journey that captivates the hearts of parents, siblings, extended families, and the entire community. It is essential for parents or caregivers to recognize the support systems in place, ready to empower them as they navigate the challenges their children may encounter along the way. So support is there. There are those who are there to support you and work with you. It is now for parents and all other people working around the parents to know how to help them.
Umubyeyi afite umwana ufite izo developmental disorders umwe cyangwa se benshi, ese ni ibihe bibazo iyo miryango ihura nabyo?
Ibibazo umuryango uhura nabyo ni byinshi, ariko ndavugamo bike gusa. Icya mbere ni ukugira ikintu cyo culpability cyangwa guilty, kumva umubyeyi yishinja, kuko buriya ababyeyi urebye nitwe baganga ba mbere b'abana. Hari utuntu ugenda ubona cyane cyane a young mother ukabibona, ariko ukavuga ngo wenda niko bigenda, umwana akarira mu buryo budasanzwe, ariko ukabireba ukavuga ngo wenda abana bose niko bigenda. Rero iyo umwana abonye diagnosis utangira kwikipabiliza, ukavuga uti iyo mbimenya kare hari ibyo ntashoboye gukora, hari ibyo ntabonye mu gihe cyangombwa. Icyo rero ubwacyo gitera umubyeyi kubaho mu muhangayiko mwinshi, bigatuma ahora yishinja.
Mbere nko kuri abana twabwiye tusubiramwo, basa nkaho bari ba autiste bakunda cyane ibintu byo ku telefone, akaba yamara umwanya. Ariko natwe none n'ababyeyi kubera kugira ngo tubashe kugira ibyo dukora cyangwa tuze nk'abamwikiza, usanga inshuro nyinshi tubaha amatelefone, ariko n'abandi basanzwe niko bigenda. Iyo umwana akoresheje telefone cyangwa za social media nyinshi, hari ibintu byinshi byangirika kuri we, birangira bimugizeho impact muri development yiwe. Twavuga ko tugomba kwibabuza totalement, ariko se wa mwana ko turamufasha iki, ngo arimo arareba iki? Ese ibyo urimo areba bijyanye n'imyaka ye? Ese twebwe ababyeyi hari twamuhitiyemo? Keka ko niyo twanabimwemerera inshuro nyinshi twakagombye kubirebana nawe, nyuma yaho tukanadiskita, ariko cyane tukamwereka ibintu biganisha ku mikurire yiwe myiza, ibintu biredikatif, sibyo? Kuko bana batoya mbere y'imyaka 2 rwose ho ni ikintu tutakagombye kwankuraje nayo.
Tugira umwanya w'abana, kuko ntago bisaba ko uri umuganga ngo ubone ko umwana niba urugira ukubise ukabona umwana nta nikanze, ntago bisaba ubwenge bwinshi, ariko ntuzabibona utahaba, sibyo? Impungenge zose ugize yana muganga, jyana umwana ku muganga kubwira ati ibi ndabona nta kibazo, garuka nyuma y'ukwezi, garuka nyuma y'amezi 3. Mu gihe tutaragira umuco uhora wo kujya kureba umuganga atari uko twarembye, ariko ari kugira ngo tumenye ubundi duhagaze gute, niba nkoresheje icyo kinyarwanda.
So what is speech and language therapy? Speech and language therapy is a profession which helps individuals who struggle to understand or use language, who struggle to speak, and also feeding and swallowing complications. So SLTs work with families, hospitals, and schools to support communication. So these are some of the conditions which speech and language therapists work with. We have speech disorders or delays. We have language disorders or delays. We have communication challenges in other developmental conditions like autism, cerebral palsy. We have Down syndrome, among others. We have stuttering, feeding and swallowing, and then we have nonverbal support. There are children who are completely nonverbal. So here speech therapists help to develop an alternative form of communication.
First of all, ABA stands for Applied Behavior Analysis. And applied behavior analysis, the abilities and needs of children with neurodevelopmental disorders vary and can evolve over time, while some children with neurodevelopmental disorder can live independently, others have severe limitation and require lifelong care and support.
ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects a child's focus and how they can sit for too long. As you understand the function of the behaviors, we would suggest that you observe and document the behaviors and their triggers and the timing, so that you can consult a clinician or a doctor just to find out why it's happening. And that reason is because this involves recognizing what happens before the behavior and the behavior itself and what happens after. So the behavior can be crying, but then what happens after is how a parent can respond. And it's very important the way you respond, because the way we respond either is going to de-escalate the situation or it's going to trigger the child.
I had a question for the occupational therapy specialist. I want to know, scientifically speaking, why does screen time work so well during feeding times for toddlers? I've tried to think about it. I work with kids. I see it every day. They're like, and I want to hear from your point of view. Why do you think that happens and why does it keep happening? Thanks.
The screen time and feeding, so it's something we see currently that is happening, that parents, caregivers are giving their children screens as they eat, especially the phones. So they say if I don't give them, they don't settle down and eat. They are just moving up and about. They are too hyper. So what we recommend first is not to give them screens while eating. So I know it will be a hard transition to go back to feeding them with no screens, but it is an important aspect. Why we need them to be that bored, if I can use that statement, it is because they need to learn to look at their food, they need to learn to explore their food.
I would like for us to have few takeaways. We talked about many things. One takeaway that may be for us, parents and educators, is to be, I can start with what Chantal just said, let's be the first advocate for our children. And we have, it has been mentioned that parents need to have time for their kids. It's not the house girl or the house help who's going to help us to know what's wrong with our children. It's our responsibility.
Today, let's commit to building a community where no parent must carry these burdens alone, where every child's uniqueness is celebrated, and where love, understanding, and shared purpose shape the future.